Now I know what you're thinking. Why does this guy have such a big coffee mug and such a small door? But the door is actually normal size, at least in America, and the coffee mug is that big because I love caffeine. So let's talk about it. Most people only assume that caffeine is for the brain because it's the first thing we feel. We feel more alert, we feel less tired. But a lot of people don't know it's actually a good supplement for working out. Most people recommend about 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. And for my fellow Americans, a kilogram is just 2.2 pounds. So divide your body weight by 2.2, multiply it by 3 or 6, and then you have your range. But you have to kind of use your brain with this, because if I multiply my body weight by 6, then I get well over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot to take in, even with that big of a coffee mug. But just use your head, think about it, and if you're starting to feel side effects from it, dial it back. And if you're looking for confirmation on it being a good supplement to take before you work out, it used to be actually banned by the Olympics. So, pretty good indicator that it's a good supplement to take. Now, that's its effects on the body. It can increase aerobic capacity, as well as it can also help to increase power and force production. But it also has more effects on the brain than we previously knew, such as its interaction with Alzheimer's. And before you start slamming energy drinks and going off the handle with your caffeine consumption, take it easy, because there's a growing body of evidence that it can actually be protective against Alzheimer's or slow its progression, but it's still in its preliminary stages of investigation. So don't freak out too much, and don't start taking an obscene amount of caffeine because you think it'll make you immune to Alzheimer's. But if you already take caffeine, I would keep taking it. But if you don't feel anything from caffeine, you probably should take a break for a while, because our body is actually pretty good at building up a tolerance. And once it builds up a tolerance, we're not entirely sure if it negates all of the positive benefits of caffeine, but we know that it at least doesn't make you feel alert and awake anymore, because there are some people who slam like 600 milligrams of caffeine and they feel perfectly fine. And then there's also people with ADHD who feel completely different when they drink caffeine. It usually has a sedative effect. Now let's get into the dangers of caffeine, because I like to make a lot of jokes, but at the same time, there are dangers to caffeine, especially if you have underlying heart conditions. Now, unless you have an underlying heart condition, or you're being stupid and you're trying to do some TikTok trend where you down 3,000 milligrams of caffeine because you saw somebody else do it, or you mistakenly take too many caffeine pills, you should be fine. Most of the danger actually comes from our research into small mammals or insects, because it's actually a herbicide in plants. It was developed in plants to actually prevent them from being eaten by insects. So, as long as you avoid bugging out, you should be fine.